Ram and Shyam were childhood friends. They both dreamed of financial freedom. In their late 20s, they decided to try their luck in the stock market. It was a bull market. Everyone seemed to be making money. Ram and Shyam were eager to join the party.
I think we need to understand the fundamentals before we jump in, Shyam.
Ram approached investing with caution. He read books and attended seminars. He wanted to understand the fundamentals of investing. Shyam, on the other hand, was impatient. He wanted to get rich quickly.
Come on, Ram. We can make a killing if we take some big risks. I'm sure I can beat the market.
Shyam believed in taking big risks. He started day trading, buying and selling stocks based on rumors and gut feelings.
Shyam, you should be careful. This kind of approach can be really dangerous.
But Shyam didn't listen. Ram started small. He invested in companies he understood. He looked for businesses with strong fundamentals and a solid track record. He diversified his portfolio, spreading his risk across different sectors. Ram didn't chase quick profits. He was in it for the long haul.
I'm reinvesting my dividends. It's all about compounding returns over time.
He stayed disciplined, sticking to his investment plan through thick and thin. Year after year, Ram's investments grew steadily. He rarely had spectacular gains, but he also avoided major losses. His wealth grew like a tree, slowly but surely.
I'm content with my progress. Slow and steady wins the race. My goal is to build lasting wealth, not to get rich overnight.
He was on the right track. Shyam scoffed at Ram's conservative approach. He wanted to make a killing in the market. He wasn't interested in slow and steady growth. He believed that fortune favors the bold.
Who needs fundamentals? The hottest stocks are where the money's at.
Shyam chased after the hottest stocks. He listened to self-proclaimed market gurus. He invested in companies he knew nothing about, based solely on hype and speculation. His early trades were successful. He made some quick profits, fueling his belief in his own abilities.
Look at these returns, Ram. You should loosen up and take more risks.
He became bolder, taking on even more risk. He leveraged his portfolio, borrowing money to amplify his potential returns. He felt invincible. He boasted to Ram about his success.
Shyam, this is really concerning. Your approach is too reckless.
But Shyam urged Ram to loosen up and take more risks. Ram just shook his head, concerned about his friend's reckless behavior. The market, as it always does, turned. The bull market came to an end. Prices started to fall. Fear gripped investors. Ram's diversified portfolio cushioned the blow. His losses were manageable. He stayed calm, knowing that this was just a temporary setback.
This is just a phase. I need to stay calm and stick to my plan.
Shyam's world came crashing down. His leveraged bets magnified his losses. He watched in horror as his portfolio evaporated. He panic-sold, desperate to recoup some of his losses.
No, this can't be happening.
It was too late. Shyam was wiped out. He had lost everything. He was in debt. He had to sell his car and move into a small apartment. He had hit rock bottom.
I've lost everything. What have I done?
Shyam had hit rock bottom.
Shame and despair washed over me. I had been so sure of myself.
Shyam had ignored Ram's warnings. He had let greed and overconfidence cloud his judgment.
I avoided Ram, ashamed of my failure. I withdrew from my friends and family. I felt like a complete failure.
One day, Ram found Shyam sitting in a park. He sat down next to his friend and listened patiently as Shyam poured out his heart.
I didn't judge him. I offered words of comfort and support. I reminded Shyam that failure is a part of life. It's how we learn and grow. I encouraged him to pick himself up and start again.
Section 6, a new venture.
Ram's words sparked a fire in me. I realized that I had let my fear of failure paralyze me. But I decided to use this experience as a learning opportunity. I had learned the hard way about the dangers of greed and speculation.
Shyam remembered his passion for technology. He'd always been a tinkerer, fascinated by the power of innovation.
I started to explore new business ideas.
He decided to start a small software company. He poured all his energy and the lessons he had learned into this new venture.
I worked tirelessly, determined to succeed. I knew that starting a business was risky, but this time, I was taking calculated risks. I was no longer driven by greed, but by a desire to create something of value.
In Section 7, the empire grows.
My software company started small. I focused on solving a specific problem for a niche market. I provided excellent customer service and built a loyal customer base.
His business started to grow. He reinvested his profits back into the company, expanding his product line and hiring talented people.
I remained humble, remembering the lessons of my past mistakes.
Over the next few years, Shyam's company thrived. He expanded into new markets. He acquired smaller competitors. He became a leader in his industry.
I had built a successful business from the ground up. I had faced my fears, learned from my mistakes, and achieved a level of success I had never thought possible.
Section 8: Two Roads, Two Outcomes. 15 years after their initial foray into the stock market, Ram and Shyam found themselves in very different positions.
I had continued my disciplined investing approach. I had steadily grown my wealth. I was financially secure, living a comfortable life.
Shyam, on the other hand, had become a millionaire many times over. His tech company had gone public.
I was a celebrated entrepreneur, featured in business magazines. I had taken risks, faced setbacks, and emerged stronger. I had turned my life around by embracing my entrepreneurial spirit and learning from my failures.
Section 9: The Price of Success. Ram and Shyam's stories illustrate an important lesson. The path to success is not always linear. It is often paved with challenges, setbacks, and even failures. While Ram's disciplined approach provided steady growth and financial security, it was Shyam's willingness to take risks and learn from his mistakes that led to extraordinary success. The height of success is often proportional to the risks we are willing to take. But it's not just about taking risks for the sake of it, it's about taking calculated risks, learning from our mistakes, and never giving up on our dreams. Remember, the greatest rewards often come to those who are willing to step outside their comfort zones, embrace the unknown, and persevere through adversity. So dare to dream big, take calculated risks, and never be afraid to fail, for it is in those moments that we often discover our true potential.